Good morning, friends. Today we will begin our discussion on the American drama Who is Afraid of Virginia Woolf. This drama, before going into the context of the drama, I would like to tell you that this is one of the most interesting and one of the most complicated dramas that I have ever read. This play is written by an American playwright, Edward Albee. I won't be telling much about his biographical details. Edward Albee was known to be an absurdist playwright in America. He wrote many plays and throughout his life he had different varieties of experiences. He could never educate himself formally in a school or college. He was most of the times expelled from educational institutions, but he had a passion for writing the dramas. He spent most of his time in the Greenwich village of New York, where he learned playwriting, and his plays represent LGBT communities and often challenge the concepts of heterosexual marriages. His works critically commented upon the concept of American dream. Further, I would like to mention some important dramas written by Edward Albee. As I said, I won't go into the details of his biographical details which are available on the internet. Some of his most famous dramas were The Zoo Story, The Death of Bessie Smith, The Sandbox, Farm and Yam, The American Dream, 1961, Who is Afraid of Virginia Woolf, 1962, The Ballad of the Sad Cafe, 1963, Tiny Alice, 1964, A Delicate Balance, which was also a famous drama, 1966, All Over, 1971, Seascape, 1975. He also adopted Vladimir Nabokov's novel Lolita into form of drama that was released in 1981, and The Lady from Dubuque, 1980, and The Man Who Had Three Arms. Further, he has also, like this, throughout his life he has been dedicating his time to playwriting. He has later written dramas. In 1987, Marriage Play. In 1991, his play Three Tall Women. This also became a very famous drama. Then the play about the baby, 1998. The Goat or Who is Sylvia, 2000. Me, Myself and I, 2007 happens to be his last play. His plays show the American version of absurd theatre, and they heavily criticize the concept of American dream, as well as he seems to have an in-depth analysis of the psychology of different characters that he portrays in his dramas. So that's a brief introduction I have given, and then he won different awards for his dramas. He won in 1960 Drama Desk Award and Vernon Rice Award for his play The Zoo Story. Then in 1963 he won Tony Award for Best Play in 1963. That award was for this particular drama, Who is Afraid of Virginia Woolf. Then 3 times he won the Pulitzer Prize. In 1967, he won it for the play A Delicate Balance. In 1975, for the play Seascape. And in 1994, he won the Pulitzer Prize for Three Tall Women. He also won National Medal for Arts in 1996. Once again, Tony Award for the Best Play in 2002 for the drama The Goat or Who is Sylvia. In 2015, he also won the America Award in Literature. So this is a brief introduction to Edward Albee, one of the most famous American playwrights of the late 20th century, who died in the year 2016. Coming to the talk of this drama, it is my frank opinion that when I started reading this drama, this is the text of the drama, Who is Afraid of Virginia Woolf. I have the version published by Vintage. So, it is considered as one of the modern classics in American literature. When I started reading the drama, in the beginning it was very hard for me to catch what is going on in this play. I did not really get the meaning of the play in the beginning. It was very difficult to catch the tone of the drama. And I thought that it is some sort of a very, absurd drama which has no meaning at all. But when I started reading it thoroughly, as I came into act number 2 and act number 3 of this drama, I really understood that this is a representation of a very complex problem in the American lifestyle. And then I started understanding this drama, and it is one of the most wonderful works which has psychological insight. It is, after reading the whole play, I can call it a psychological drama. I can also call it an absurd drama. There are elements of absurdity as well, and also I will call it a social drama. So it has a lot of significance in American literature. Who is Afraid of Virginia Woolf? Now the title itself is absolutely catchy, and we seem to think, what is Virginia Woolf's relation with this particular play? Let me make this very clear to you in the beginning itself, that it is just used as pun. During the time when this drama was written, this Walt Disney was a very famous filmmaker, and there was one song in one of his movies, and that song went like this: Who is afraid of Big Bad Wolf? Who is afraid of Big Bad Wolf? Big Bad Wolf, Big Bad Wolf. That was the tone, and just in order to make a pun of it, he has changed the play, the title as Who is Afraid of Virginia Woolf. Apart from this, there is no connection of the feminist writer Virginia Woolf with the present play in our present context. So what is this all about? Why I call it psychological drama? Why I call it absurd drama? Or why I call it social drama? The discussions will be clear when we enter into the text. But before that, I would like to speak a certain things as a background to this play. We all know the significance of marriage. A marriage is a bond between husband and wife. Marriage sometimes may become successful, it may sometimes turn sour, it may sometimes get broken off, it may sometimes sustain lifelong but without any real meaning to it. That depends on the attitude of husband and wife with each other and the way they adjust with each other. Now, this drama, Who is Afraid of Virginia Woolf, is a drama about a marriage that has turned hopeless, that has turned out to be a failure, almost a failure, and how a husband and wife in their middle age are sustaining somehow the fact of their marriage. What can bring troubles into a marriage? There are multiple reasons. Discoordination between husband and wife, misunderstanding between husband and wife, insulting each other in front of public or humiliating each other, attacking one another psychologically. The reasons may be plenty, and many a time marriages become a loose bond. And always there is one thing which tries to still hold on to that marriage. It stands like a balance, like a small balance on which the whole disturbed marriage is still remaining intact. Those might be some of the secrets between husband and wife. So, this play is basically about marriage, about expectations in life and expectations as partners. And when they start failing, how it leads to traumatic experiences of marriage and its trauma. Not for everyone, marriage is a blissful thing. For a couple like George and Martha in this play, marriage has turned extremely hopeless. So, what is this all about? Who is Afraid of Virginia Woolf? Now, imagine a situation wherein you are forced to do certain things when you don't want them to do. For example, what if some guests come to your home at 12 a.m. in the late night hour? Is it a time to expect guests? What happens if guests come at that time? And that too, if the guests and hosts are not sensible enough, what chaos will it lead to? Just imagine this kind of situation. Then imagine the other kind of situation which is prominently seen in this drama. What if your own family members start insulting you in front of some guests? When we are children, it is okay, it is accepted. As children, we forget the insults. But as grown up people, we have developed that ego, and then when somebody insults us in front of others, it hurts our ego. It becomes like a psychological attack. Teasing is different. Insulting someone in front of other people is absolutely a difficult situation. So, how would you feel if someone of your own family members tries to insult you or humiliate you when people have come home as guests? What will be your reaction, or what will be your situation? Imagine these two situations and you can easily grasp the context of this drama. Well, now I would like to give a small explanation about what the drama is all about. The drama is in three acts. In the first act, the title is Fun and Games. In act number 2, the title is Walpurgisnacht, which is a German word. Act number 3 is The Exorcism. The titles of these acts and the title of the drama look somewhat disconnected, and when you read the whole drama, you don't find that fun and game exists in the play, but it is very symbolic. The fun and games that are happening in the play are not physical games, they are psychological games, they are absolutely cruel games. So this drama is not just about physical attack, but verbal attack, and even how that verbal attack can lead to horrible incidents. The story of the whole drama revolves around just 4 characters. There are just 4 characters, and those characters are couples. One couple is that of George and Martha. The other couple is that of Nick and Annie. Only these 4 characters play the whole drama and make all the chaos that we find in this particular drama. I'll tell you in what situation the drama starts. But before that, I would like to give you some brief information about the setting. What is the context of the drama? This drama is set in the times of 1950s in America. 1950s was supposed to be a very high time for the Americans. America as a nation has emerged out successfully out of World War, and it was leading the life of economic prosperity. The time in which luxurious lifestyle and American dream seemed possible for all the people in America. So the story of this novel happens in a university campus in a town called New Carthage. It is a fictional town, a part of New England. It's fictional, and the whole story happens in a university campus in a place called New Carthage, which is an illusionary place. I mean, it is a fictional town, and university campus becomes a major context here. Now, when we think of university campus or university quarters, we expect the people living in those quarters or people living on the university campus, we think that they are academicians and they are more sensible people. But what we find these people doing in the drama is exactly a paradox to the setting in which the whole story is set. So in this way, Edward Albee has tried to bring irony in this play as to how can people, and these characters are not just any ordinary men working in some other jobs. Both of them are George and Nick. Both of them are university professors, and the way they behave inside their home, the way they behave when there are guests is literally horrible and can never be expected of any university professor. So it is set in the university campus in a fictional town called New Carthage in roughly the 1950s. Situation is taken up, the social situation of the 1950s, and the whole story is about just one night. What happens in one night? That too right from the late night hour of 2 a.m. till the morning time. Some dramas constitute the story of several years. Some dramas constitute the story happening over several months. But this story, this drama contains the story of just one night and how the incidents of that one night leave the life of George, Martha, Nick and Honey in a disrupted manner. So it's the story of one horrible night that is symbolized in this word Walpurgisnacht. It is actually a night prior to Good Friday, some 1 or 2 days prior to Good Friday, and how they convert that night into one of the most horrible nights in their own lives and create a hell out of their own life, out of their own marriage. So this is a brief introduction to the play. I have tried to give you the context of this drama. Ponder over the two situations I told you. First thing, what would you do when you expect guests to come your home at 2 a.m. in the late night? Second situation, what will be your reaction if your own family members start humiliating you in front of guests? Ponder over these situations and then your reactions, whatever they may be, can be reflected through this text. So I have given you a kind of background to this drama, Who is Afraid of Virginia Woolf. In the next class, I will focus on the plot act-wise, and later we can discuss about the other aspects such as themes and characters. Keep these things in mind and we shall continue the discussion in the next class. Thank you.